So obviously I don't look like a Frummie. I don't look like I even should know what is going on in the Frummie community. But yet, I grew up very modern. I grew up in a, like a home where the father was very learned. He knew what he was talking about, but it wasn't always practiced. You know what I'm saying? We were modern. We kept kosher. We kept Shabbos. We, went to shul, but it wasn't, strict. It wasn't. There was no. There was no black hat mentality ever with regards to anything except for Gemara. My father was a huge Gemara guy. My brother was a huge Gemara guy, and I'm the Musar guy. So, which is totally weird because you think I wouldn't learn Musar. I love Musar. I think Musar is very important. So anyway, I remember when I went away to Yeshiva. And when I went away to Yeshiva, I was extremely nervous because prior to going away to Yeshiva, and it was kind of my choice, not really my choice, I got kicked out of day schools, and I was a really bad behaved kid. I was just, I don't know if I had a learning disability or ADD, but whatever I had, my dad said, I don't believe in that crap, and you're not putting my kid on drugs. Therefore, two things happened. Very independent right now because I used to rely on myself because everyone made fun of me, and I don't know how to swallow pills, which is perfect because I don't, the only thing I take for medicine is children's Tylenol once in a while. And when I buy children's Tylenol, I have to buy like 3 packages because to cure one headache, you have to like down like 2 packages. And they was like, wow, you got a lot of kids that are sick. I'm like, no, it's for me. And they're thinking I'm a children's Tylenol pill popper. I snort like Flintstones kids vitamins or something like that. So might taste good though. I like those Flintstone kids, but I like the orange ones. I didn't like the red ones were too. They were chalky. They never resonated well with me. Kind of, what was really good with medicine while we're on this? Orange Triminic. Orange Triminic was like, it was like the bomb, man. It was like eating like it was like drinking a big gulp for medicine, man. I just take that stuff down, man. It was awesome. So anyway, I remember going to Yeshiva. First day, we're driving up. We stopped in this restaurant in Corning to go get like milchigs out, which is totally, looking back on it, going to Yeshiva, getting milchigs out, black hat Yeshiva, mind you. Chavetz Chaim. So later on in life, I found out that Chavetz Chaim is black hat, but it's kind of shvach. It's not really yeshiva. It's more like yeshiva modern. It's not like a or shraga or like like a ner yisrael. It's more like a skokie. It's in the middle. No one really knows. People are kind of anti it because the people wear blue shirts, which is the all encompassing truth of yeshiva world. It's all focused on wearing white shirts and learning the Block Gemara and knowing who the hell the Rush and the Rashba is or all that stuff, right? So anyway, I remember thinking my only experience with people who were very Frum was the few times I went to my cousins in Muncie and I freaked out because I'm like, what do they do? They don't watch TV? They don't read secular books or magazines. I didn't read books either, personally, as a kid. But I think I read To Kill a Mockingbird and Where the Red Fern Grows. Those are the only 2 books I read prior to, like, 10th grade or something like that. Actually, I read The Plague by Albert Camus in 9th grade. That was kind of interesting. A good book. So they should make a movie out of that. So anyway, classic. Totally classic, man. I never read as a kid, man. I was, like, the anti-reader. I was, like, sitting up all night watching, like, freaking Beavis and Butthead and I don't know what else I watched back then. I watched a lot of Baywatch. I loved Baywatch. Because Baywatch was like hot chicks, good storylines. It was before they became really popular. Back in the day, man, David Hasselhoff was the man. And you know what else was really good, man? I don't know if any of you guys remember this, but there was this show called Thunder in Paradise. Really bad show looking back now. It was with Hulk Hogan, and they had like this, it was kind of like Knight Rider, but with a boat, and they'd like shoot missiles out of this boat, and it would like jump, and they'd drive it onto the beach, and all these girls in bikinis would come and be like, oh, we love you. It's a great show. So anyway, I was totally freaked out about going to yeshiva. And you know what? It was weird because I got like the only modern Orthodox guy as my roommate, my buddy Paul. And that was pretty cool. But I just remember it was so weird, talking to kids like, yeah, my parents don't let me talk to girls. I'm like, I never knew there was any like laws with regards to this. I grew up in a co-ed environment, so I don't know. I never knew. People a lot of times say like, oh, they're so modern. I was never taught that there was such a thing as not touching a girl before you were married. I was never taught that. When I was in 8th grade, none of the girls had boobs. It wasn't talked about. Like no one drank all this, vitamin water and stuff. I think that's why. When I was a kid, no one looked. They all looked their age. Everyone when they were 14 looked 14. Now you look at a 14-year-old girl, it's like, wow, she's hot. And then you realize that 10 years younger than you, you're like, dude. You look like a street hooker. You look like you should be standing on a corner somewhere, and that's how it is. And it wasn't like that when I was a kid. So I never had, that sort of issue, and I was never really taught about it until I went to yeshiva and I learned everything. I had no, man, when I was like in sixth grade. Now people in sixth grade get birth control. You know what I thought sex was in sixth grade? I thought that sex was that you peed into a woman's butt. Because I didn't know they had anything else. I thought they were blank, and there was a butt. And the baby came out of the butt. The pee came out of the butt. I had no idea that there was any other plumbing going on. No clue. And I had no idea that there was anything else coming out of my penis. I thought it was pee. Pee makes children. Pee, baby, it kind of rhymes almost. That was my envisionment. So I was totally clueless. And yeshiva, I kind of learned everything. I was showed the ropes. I was showed more than that, but it was good times. It was an interesting time, and it was probably the best years of my life were spent in yeshiva. A lot of people didn't like my yeshiva, but I really liked school. High school was awesome. Lasting friendships, invaluable learning. I was always in the dumbest classes in Shurim, but it was good times. It was good times.